I'm Alan Van Wert. I'm going to show you what modes are. I don't care what your instrument is or genre. It's all the same. It's just science. And I have a really good way to approach showing this. I've been teaching this for years, so you could trust me. It's going to be really easy, and it's going to be excellent. You'll probably understand them better than you ever have before. And you could thank me later. Add me on here or share it. Do all that, actually. That'd be excellent. It helps me out. But here's what it is. You have a bunch of notes that are happening in music at any given point, and we consider that a scale. We'll say, hey, all these chords, when we add up all the notes together, it's this 6 or this 7 notes or whatever. That's our scale. We'll say it's a G major scale, the A major scale, C major, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll get to that some other time. But you play a bunch of notes, and all those notes are used consistently enough to consider it something important, so it's a scale. Now, at the same time, we have something else within that scale called a tonal center. A tonal center is a note that your ear deems more important than the other notes in some way. And this happens basically in every song, or else we probably wouldn't enjoy a song at all. It'd be chaos. So what we feel as a tonal center is that, without getting too deep, it's typically a note that repeats a lot, or you hear it often in a lot of different places in the chords. More importantly, I think, is where it appears in a rhythm. If you have a looping set of 4 measures or something, every time our brain says, oh, that's a loop, I could tell that it's just started over. Whenever that happens, that's a really strong, important beat there. Whatever you place in that beat's going to be super duper important, like either great sounding or really bad sounding. So if you have a consistent note that keeps appearing there, you're going to probably give it more energy towards your brain saying, oh, that's probably the tonal center, right? If it's a lower frequency, if it's a bass instrument, it's even more important. So if there's like a bass guitar that keeps playing a low E or something, that E is your tonal center probably, all right? Unless there's something even lower with overtones in our acute range of hearing. That's science that we're not going to get into right now. But there's a couple things that go into creating what we consider a tonal center. Just know it like this. Tonal center is what your ear naturally understands as what's the most important sounding note that we call home. If I played a song and you went like this and slid, one of those notes that you slide through chromatically or whatever instrument you're on is going to sound and resonate like that's the note. That's like the home note. That's your tonal center. It's very easy. We already know how to do this. I'm just explaining it, over-explaining a little bit. But what you want to look at for what the hell is a mode is this. That tonal center is somewhere within your set of scale notes. So if there's like 7 notes you're using in that scale or whatever it is, it could be major, it could be harmonic minor, I don't care what it, but the modal sound is your ear noticing where that tonal center is within the rest of the scale. So if it's in the first place of the scale of like a major scale, for instance, we'll deal with only, then that would be Ionian mode. If the tonal center happens to be the second note of your major scale, it's Dorian. If it's the third note, it's... I could give you 1,000 names. That's not going to help. The more important thing is if you listen to this yourself and do it. So I'm going to make a series of videos. You guys are just going to play the G major scale. You could play it. You could go... And when you play it, I'm going to give you different contexts and force your ear to hear different modes. All right, let's get down to it.